Morning. Can't find my proper camera, so you're going to deal with phone camera this time. And why can't I find my proper camera? Because I don't know where it is. That's why I can't find it. Duh. Last video you're going to see in the space because I'm leaving. New space coming up. Ooh, you're too heavy. Today we're going to make some bread. Simplest, easiest, fastest way I know to make a simple loaf of white bread. And we're going to start with water, 245 grams. If you don't have a scale, get one, because I'm going to go 250. I like mine a little, that's a little much, who cares? Scale is the most versatile. Forget my head if it wasn't attached. Scale is one of the most versatile tools you can have, especially for baking, especially for baking bread. We're going to go with 2 teaspoons active dry yeast into some warm water, 245 grams warm water. I'll put the thingy, I'll just hold my notebook under there. Then we're going to dump in a little bit of sugar. I'm just going to go with one, some fell in already, about that much sugar. And we're going to let that prove for no amount of minutes because I'm lazy. Okay, welcome back. That gave time for the yeast to kind of poofy puff. But anyway, using that for yeast, I'm going to be using this stuff for flour. Doesn't matter what kind of flour you use, as long as it's a fairly strong protein count. So what we have here, 30 grams per quarter cup of flour, protein 4 grams. So that's more than 10%. As long as it's more than 10%, you're fine. I like mine 12 and 13. I have ways to supplement that. For today, we're not going to worry about that. There we go. 430 grams bread flour. Everything fell asleep. Everything is messing up. This is not being fun today. Doesn't have to be that precise. I'm just being the dink. Side that, we're going to add, let's add the oil first. It wants 20 grams of oil. I'm using avocado oil. Use whatever oil you want. You want a neutral oil though, because it's going to make it taste funny. It's going to make it taste like whatever oil you use. If you like olive oil, you want your bread being kind of tasting like cooked olive oil, which I find to be unpleasant, use that. I like my olive oil raw or meat in it or dipping bread in. 20 grams neutral oil. Too much, oh well. Now we're going to add our salt using the government's poison because I don't want rickets. And then a spoon, Spoonie McSpoonerton, and roll your sleeves up because you're fitting to get dirty. Just going to stir this till we can't stir it no more. Then I'm going to get in there with the hands. So one of my friends at work, Connor, related to me a conversation he had with his wife. Imagine it went a little something like this. Babe, you know what could be fun? Is if we could start making our own bread. Yeah? Yeah. But where do we start? I know a guy. What does that even mean? I know a guy. I know a guy. That's mixed up as I can get it with the handy dandy spoon. So I gotta get in here with the phalanges. So I've done it right, it won't be sticky. I don't like dinking around with sticky doughs. We're not kneading it here, we're just bringing it together, making sure everything's incorporated. And it's starting to sticky up, which is fine, and it should look like that. Then we're going to take that, I'm going to cover it with a plate, I'm going to stick it in a warm spot, aka my oven with the light on, and we're going to leave it for 45 minutes to an hour until it puffs up, doubles in size. See you back then. It's doubled in size there. Nice and warm. It is cold in my kitchen, so this took an hour and 15. A little flour in my hand because it's a little wet. And we're just going to do a simple stretch and foldy. Knock all the air out of it. A lot of people like to really I don't really care. It's getting nice and supple and elastic. Fold it into a ball, degas the heck out of it, and now that can go back in our oven for another 30 minutes. We'll see you back then. Alright, she's plumped up again. Gonna get some fleur on my hands. Turn it out. Hey, get in there, you. done this before. I turned it up. Got that there. Now the fun bit. We're going to fart all the farty McFartitons out. And we're just going to shape it. You can make this as complicated or as difficult as you want. I don't like to. Easy way, as I'm pulling it towards me and just tucking it under. Just creating internal tension here. I'm gonna squish all that together, and she's too fat. I'm gonna tuck the ends under here. Degrees, 9 by 5 by 5, 9 by 5 by 5. Yeah. And I'm just going to mush that in there. It doesn't have to fit perfect. It should, but yeah, mine never, ever, ever, ever does. Squish it down. Nice. Now we're going to take a towel, lightest one you got, lay it like that, and just kind of make some pleats. And that will lighten the load as it rises up. That's going to set for until it looks ready. Another 40 minutes or so ish. Be back then. Been about 40 minutes, and that's where we're sitting right about now. Look at that. Look at that. And what we're going to do with this beautiful boy is we're going to stick them in the middle of a 425 degree oven for around 20 minutes. Then we'll come back and talk about what happens next. It's been 20 minutes. Ignore that. Carefully. Hot. Wow, wow, hot. I'm just going to do one of these numbers here. Wow, hot. Woo-hoo. And just flop him out like that. 5 more minutes. Okay, I hear ya. I hear ya. Jiminy crickets. Turn the thing off. 5 minutes later, we have that. Ooh, that's hot. That up, and this is how it should sound. It's done all the way through. You could use a pokey thing to poke it and get its temperature, but I messed that up. Oh well. Ow, that was hot. Don't do that. I'm going to let this rest until it's completely cool, and just for giggles I'm going to do that just to make it take a little longer. We'll be back when we're ready to cut it, when it's cool. Cool. Don't be tempted, because then the whole thing will just Alright, it's time to cut this thing open. I've waited long enough. I don't have anything to put on it. Full disclosure, I got this idea for John Kirkwood. I'll link below if I think about it. Check that out. That is better than anything you're buying a loaf. 2.5-ish hours of total time. 5-ish maybe minutes of actual work. 2.5 hours you can spend doing other stuff. Cut the grass, read a story to your kid, I don't know. Catch up on a TV show, work on your project, do another hobby. It's fine on its own. That'll do me for a week or so of sandwiches or dipping in stews or whatever. That's it. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.